striking means the wise desire, the powerful law, the bottom line, the muzzle fall, the rockers cry. I've heard enough to leave no doubt. Tell the wind to concentrate, to gear up for its righteous fate, and tell the sea to writhe and rage, to fall upon this golden concentrate, to gear up for its righteous fate, and tell the sea to writhe and rage, to fall upon this golden
Evening. Yes, I'm audible. Right, and welcome back to my Dwarven Fortress of Esmulrakust. There was a slight glitch there while I fixed the fact that I plugged the microphone in too late. As the stream title suggests, I've completely forgotten what I was up to last weekend. Apparently, I have filled my head with thoughts about network wiring or something. So it's a fortress. It doesn't have very good networking, but well, actually, it does. It has almost near infinite speed, arbitrary wireless networking between levers and things that they operate. So it's quite a well-networked fortress, really. But yes, it is not currently under siege. That looks good. The title of the previous stream suggests that we were digging out lots of bedrooms, I think because we'd had a bunch of immigrants, but we seem to have adequate bedrooms at the moment. Oh yes, a giant arrived and we killed them. Thank you. Yes, I'd forgotten that. And we carried on mining precious gems from unusual volcanic walls. I think we were working our way down looking for new unusual volcanic walls. So I think we had probably cleared 29, but maybe we were going upwards. I can't remember. And we kept having a bit of a shortage of coal. But we want to be a bit careful mining this layer of the caverns, because I think if you mine anything, it seems to leak water from the aquifer above. I don't really want to fill the caverns with water, so let's not do that. There's a quantity of some accessible magnetite there, but we aren't actually really short of iron ore. So there's a former unusual volcanic wall. Right, down one more level. What's that? Ooh. That's odd. Because that's two sapphires. But if there are two sapphires in that arrangement in a unusual volcanic wall, one of the squares to the side of them ought to be obsidian, and it's not. So that might actually be a natural sapphire cluster. I mean, they're still valuable. Yeah, there's some more sapphire down here. Those at least should not be terribly dangerous. We get in there in a sensible way. Yes, that one at least. Those ones are rather awkward because they're... Well, I suppose if there's a ramp there, we can mine them from the bottom of the ramp, can't we? So I think these sapphires should be quite safe. I'm quite tempted to mark them for mining, actually. And we'll get that green jade while we're in the area. Is that reachable? No, that requires climbing trees. Where was the other mysterious sapphire? It was there. I wonder if we can reach that. Let's just leave those marked for mining and see what they do. Right, we do apparently have a vaguely decent supply of coal. So that's okay. So we're currently looking around Z27. Oh, a child. Well, they will happen. I haven't set the setting that would actually make children not be born if we have too many people. So we will still get a small supply of births, even if we do hit 100. Right, and those are reachable too. And we found quite a bit of. That's going to be nice for decorating things.
Ow. Ow. That's quite painful.
Oh, we've run out of leather. We should. Have we got any livestock that ought to be slaughtered? Particular adult grazers. No, the only adult grazer we've got is this guinea pig that is someone's pet. I don't think we. I mean, we could randomly slaughter other animals to get some more hides, given we're apparently short of them. But like, I don't feel like we have a surplus. I mean, the blue peahen, I suppose, is useless. As is the guinea cock. So we could tidy them away. Tidy in a kind of fatal direction. And we should train that dog for war on general principles. Right. So there's the peahen being dragged away. Splot. So if we're lucky, that's produced some skin that can be tanned and then turned into yeah, there it is. And then it doesn't produce a load of other awkward organs. Excellent. That can then be turned into a backpack or two. And possibly the guinea fowl can similarly be. Let's have a look. Kind of suspect it's a bit small. Oh no, it's provided a skin as well. No bones from the guinea fowl though. Whereas we got a few bones from the peahen, which will be used to decorate objects. Oh, a giant rat has turned up in our entrance, and that war dog is on the wrong side of it, so it can't just run away. Yes. I feel it should be a claw, but still. Right, the giant rat has made it out of the fortress, pursued by a dog. I don't know if the dog will allow it to go, or it will attempt to kill it. Where's it got to? Right, I think the dog has decided that the rat is going to get it. Yes. Poor rat. So, war dog versus giant rat. War dog wins quite easily. Oh, were giant rats worth anything? Let me look that up quickly. Oh, are they giant rats or large rats? Aren't they large rat? Confusingly. No, they're giant rats, okay. Large rats are a different thing again. Yes, you can have large rats and giant rats, and this one's a giant rat. Value returns times value multiplier times 2 there. I think we'll just leave its bits down in the caverns. Right. What else is going on? Yes, that's dull now. You've improved bed. That's nice. The various tasks for our improvement seem to be being over enthusiastic in their consumption of stuff, which is slightly odd. As in, we have no spare tooth, but the work order to make it happen is still active, or at least was. That says so. It was set on 15, wrong direction. Let's see how many we actually think we have. No, look, we have none. It's exactly 0. And was one of the options is not some number? Yes, I wonder how often that's a useful condition to have for setting a job going. Number of things is not 15.
I mean, not 0, you could imagine.
Yes, but like greater than 0 is probably a reasonable thing to use instead of not 0. Right. So let's leave that there. But then there's the question of why this task. It should have set 10 of them going if we had at least 15 supplies, and like apparently we've lost all of them. And the really annoying thing is, I don't think there's a way to say, actually don't bother. Particularly if you enter 0, that turns into infinity. And while 1 is obviously better than far too many, it's still not helpful. What I want to say is reevaluate the condition. I don't think there's any way to do that. Those just edit the conditions. Yeah. How annoying. So we're going to get, I mean, unless, I suppose, actually, I can just, it's not a complicated work order, is it? It's decorate with ivory/tooth, conditional on at least 15 ivory/tooth. So I can totally just delete it and reinstate it. And that will be fine. Right, we have trained another war dog. Oh, someone's constructing mysteriously. What are you making it out of? Copper bars, native gold gizzard stones, and oval sapphire cabochons. Okay. So if we descend, go back down to the fortress, the caverns, we're exploring level 27 for unusual volcanic walls, and had found spurious, some unexpected, not technically spurious, sapphires down here, which we've mined. I mean, like, we can eventually get all the dull gems out of here as well, but amethyst isn't very dull, but it is quite hard to get to there. Oh, there's one. Oh, that's an awkward one, in that it's the Z level above it is inaccessible, or rather is solid rock, and we don't want to go in from the side. So is that floor? Wait, no. Okay, so we need to find some way. We're going to have to do a lot of digging to get to this one. I suppose we can go up from here, can't we? Yes, we don't actually need to dig in horizontally from 15 miles away. We can just go mine staircase upwards there, and then 1 square southwards, wrong mode, 1 square southwards, and then downwards again, like that. Some fairly dull sardonyx, who is definitely meant to be an Asterix character. Lapis lazuli. What's that? More lapis lazuli. Has anyone decided they can reach here? I mean, it's possible this is actually inaccessible, but I don't think it is. I mean, it's not even on fire anymore. Oh, like that looks like it's a pretty much straight walk from oh, yes, from here. Where does that lead you to? That? Oh, no, maybe it's all blocked off somehow. We could test that, I suppose, by trying to build something down here. Or 27. No, we can reach it, I think. I think that means it's reachable. So why is no one doing it? What are all my miners playing at? You've got no job, and yet you're not coming and doing any mining. Well, that's weird. Maybe it is unreachable. Let's try to work this out a bit more carefully, because this hole here appears to be impossible to get to. But look, no, there's a downward ramp there which would lead you. I mean, it's quite tight, but I think you can get through there. Oh, here comes a miner. Look, you were just teasing me there, weren't you? What's that green thing? Oh, it's a gremlin. A gremlin, drive it away. That's fine. Gremlins won't come into the fortress because they're scared of the dogs. Right, let's see what this one contains. Oh, what it contains is a small bit of aquifer. No, keep digging, it'll be fine. I promise you won't drown. I mean, we might get a lot of steam if it turns out to be full of magma, mind. But it doesn't. Right, that's safe then. Right, so what's that? That's just a tree trunk, yes, okay, that's perfectly safe. Right, so that's that one done. What's that? White chalcedony, well, if you're passing, someone else will be passing. Maybe I should try to block this up again so that it doesn't flood the fortress. Because like it won't flood very much, it's only going to be a small water leak. And there's an edge of the map here, so it can't get very deep. Go on, do the chalcedony as well. No, someone else is going to come and do the chalcedony just to annoy me. A copper warhammer. She offers it the incidental fortification. Well, yes, we can give that to someone. Its name is Umeraran, or in English, blushed sculpted. It's the treasure of the incidental fortification. It is worth 24,000 units of currency. This is a copper warhammer. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with radiant cut sapphires. This object menaces with spikes of copper. On the item is an image of cubic cubes. I really don't know why Dwarf Fortress has this insistence on adjectivising all of its platonic solids. It does it with prisms as well, doesn't it? I think that there it might be slightly more sensible. Anyway, on the item is an image of cubic cubes in native gold. Yes, yes. Yes, thank you, Gareth, who says a cubic cube, the shape of a small cube. So we could actually do something slightly useful with that, in that we could put give that to another one of our mace dwarves. I mean, strictly they're not a hammer dwarf, but the general idea is that these ones are blunt weapon specialists. And what did I fail to commit that? I think I did. Let's try that again. Right, that's better. So, like, my military is quite well equipped these days. So I might want to wonder about what else is going on and what we might want to accomplish. Have all the bedrooms been claimed yet? Yes, right. More bedrooms then. Let's hope that we've got some nicely decorated beds. This is our lowest level of bedrooms so far.
Lowest level in the sense of depth or in the sense of ornamentation?
Depth mostly. So let's put in some highly decorated beds. I don't know which ones are most valuable. It's quite hard to tell from that form. And a door as well. A door will be good. Like, we could at some point then start going around the bedrooms and finding the better beds. All right, I think the most recent batch of immigrants, because they all arrived at the same time, have all decided to go to bed at the same time. I think that their sleep cycles will get out of sync eventually. All these vaguely decent beds. That one's not very good. It's only encircled with bands of masterfully worked tiger bone. That's better. Exceptionally worked briolette cut sapphires and spikes of masterfully worked tiger bone. Mostly it's the briolette cut sapphires that do the business here. That's a pretty decent bed as well. More sapphire.
The previous one had the name of the designer, the name of the artisan at the end. That's not what I remember seeing before.
I think Masterworks get... So because it's masterfully worked tiger bone, the master actually gets identified. So that's this kind of sun shape. This rather square sun shape because I'm rather limited in pixels.
Continuing to masterfully masterful things.
Well, yes.
That's a good job or something.
Might be. Oh, we should actually turn those into bedrooms, shouldn't we? Then people might bed in them. Bedroom, multi, those two. Done. So I'm not quite sure how many more bedrooms we need. We'll probably only discover when people start sleeping for the next time and we find that 2 more bedrooms have been claimed. Wondering if there's a sensible way to work this out. Probably not. I mean, I suppose I could just count bedrooms and see how many we are short of 98, but that's kind of unhelpful because some of them will be shared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it does page us down by 13, so 26, 39, 52, 65, 78. I can do sums really. 78, 79, 80. So we appear to have 80 bedrooms, but a population of 98. So we could quite reasonably equip the remaining rooms, even though a few of them will be shared because there'll be babies or married or such. Though actually it looks like there aren't many more properly, even slightly decorated beds yet. All of those are undecorated. So let's leave it at that many for now. 4 more rooms. But we should probably consider that it's going to be necessary to... Also, we're running out of doors. Probably going to be necessary to do the other 2 for the other 4 bedrooms. So let's make more doors. I bet we don't have a job doing that at the moment. No. Just set another 10 going. If we've got essentially 100 people and we want 4 to 1 or 5 to 1, the recommended but probably actually wrong ratio. They say, the wiki says 5 to 1, so we would only need 20 chairs and tables, and each of these blocks provides 8, so that's 24, so we have actually already got enough dining room equipment in place for all of the dwarves we have and then some. And it certainly doesn't seem to be a very crowded dining room. We just keep equipping it because, well, what else are we going to do with all these gems? Let's remove that uh, blueprints of corridors, because I don't think those are in any danger of getting built, and they keep slightly confusing me. Similarly, that area is not in any danger of getting dug. That looks a little more sensible now. What's our coal situation? Because we have embarrassingly run out in the past. So we have lots of iron. And I think 10 coke is like more or less what we aim for. I've got so much dolomite. That's good, really. Possibly we should like do something with some other minerals at some point. Like we've got a quantity of platinum available, for instance. Lots and lots of magnetite. Okay, that looks like there's no bituminous coal lying around. Which probably means and no lignite, because we just got a message about the lack of lignite. Yes, I mean, there's none in the stockpile, but yes, okay, we need more coal. Mine more coal. Hang on, that's actually a sensible thing to say.
Occasionally it has to happen.
Well, since there's nothing very bad going on down here at the moment, probably don't want to mine. Suspicious of damp coal. Though I think actually it's possibly... no, it might be leaking in from the layer above, yeah. Maybe we should go and mine the coal on the surface where it's not damp. So some at this layer, because this layer's nice and flat for the most part. No, this appears to be a mostly non-coal layer. How unhelpful. Those diamonds are still on fire. My attempts at extinguishing them came to naught, and I decided I couldn't be bothered. Okay, do we have coal mines on the surface we can use? This bit up here is mostly kaolinite, and I think we're okay for kaolinite at the moment. There's a small lignite patch there. Let's mark that. No, not the gypsum. We don't need that much gypsum. There. That was a tetrahedrite mine briefly. Oh, there's some bituminous coal. Oh, we're trying to do that from the surface, are we? Okay, if you insist. Where you is obviously me. It'll take the dwarves a little while to get up here. So we still want more leather. Possibly we should get that giant rat upstairs just in order to get the leather out of it. Actually, what I should do is I should mark that as a slightly higher priority, so that they come and do that and then go back to the other mining once it's done. More puppies, excellent. And more kittens. Right, so the horn job is similarly going a bit wrong, isn't it? Oh, that's some lignite. Well, in that case, we should also, I don't really care which bits of this we mine. It's pretty much all useful stuff apart from the cinnabar. That's the end of that bituminous coal. That's the end of that lignite. Okay. Any more coal we can find up here? There's a bit there, but it's the wall between the fortress and the rest of the world. There's a bit of coal there. So, we should not be doing that at priority 1 zillion, should we? I mean, possibly we should do it at a slightly higher priority, but...
Some very weird crusaderisms bolted onto this notional religion.
Well, didn't you reform it in order to add crusaderisms?
Well, kind of, but I mean, like, so I've got a great holy war, and I'm now Nyane's shield, which means I get martial +2, personal wombat scale, etc. All of the things that you get if you're a crusader. You could at least give me some slightly different numbers.
Okay, are you going to mine this last little bit, please? I think it's probably the last little bit though, given it's only 1 square wide. So maybe I should head further down. And look for more coal. It's already been mined. I think we may be getting close to the limits of accessible coal on this hillside. Hang on, there's some. That means I've missed slightly and accidentally ended up mining bauxite, which in Dwarf Fortress is not a very helpful material. Verity's going to bed. Good night, Verity. No, that wasn't where I meant to do that. I meant to do it there. Keep digging downwards. Right. That one as well. We're about to run into a cliff, at which point... Oh! Rubies up here. That's a bit odd. Still, it'll be good for decorating things. And then from there on, we're underground, as in, we're not interested in digging out the entire top half of this mountain. So we'll now disappear into a tunnel. I think that yeah, I should pay some attention because we don't want this to get too close to the rest of the fortress. But so far, none of our invaders have actually started digging. Like, they started building, which led to the unfortunate death of a troll siege engineer who neatly built a platform that took them straight in front of the bolt thrower. So yes, this is going to give us a decent supply of coal. So it may take a little while for it all to get transported down into the fortress. That cinnabar, which is not very exciting. Even a very strange mood, but isn't going to be able to build weapons out of mercury. Cassiterite, though, we'll have some cassiterite. Bronze is nice. Reasonably valuable, could even be used to make weapons at a pinch. Though we don't have very much cassiterite. Yes, please keep stealing the stuff, that way we don't have to find a place to put it. But yes, cassiterite's annoying because you only seem to get it in these fairly tiny clusters. Oh, well, we'll have the tiger eye as well. If nothing else, just in case the coal carries on behind it. So there it is. See, we got... Oh, yes, actually, the cassiterite, like gems, every square that we mined gave us one boulder of cassiterite, whereas, like, the bituminous coal is much less productive than that. Okay, there was only one square of bituminous coal past there. Right, well, that's a decent quantity of coal for now. New month, so everything has turned over, which means there's a bit of a danger of siege. Let's deliberately hold off mining things for a bit. I think that's a goblin's arm, so let's dispose of it politely. We don't worry too much about the fact that our various invaders leave their shoes behind. Eventually the Kias will steal them. get those crossbow bolts stored somewhere useful. Far too many cancelled messages. Oh, now we're short of flux, are we? That's weird. So we've got lots of dolomite around.
Insufficient flux capacity. Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, it's possible that this is just a flow problem and the flux will turn up. Yeah, there's plenty of flux in that stockpile. I think it was just in the process of being delivered. Okay, can we, if we're out of bronze, but we've just got some cassiterite, can we smelt some bronze? Is bronze on the list? No, we don't automatically make bronze. Make bronze from ore. We only just gained about 5 cassiterite, didn't we? So let's just make 4 batches of bronze. Dwarves can make bronze directly from cassiterite and copper ore. And we have a supply of, no, that's magnetite. Okay, we should have a supply of tetrahedrite, but I bet I don't actually have any tetrahedrite. Or whatever this stuff is, malachite. What's wasserite? Cassiterite. It's a tin ore. It's an ore of tin, yes. It is the only ore of tin in Dwarf Fortress, and it's quite rare, which has the annoying consequence that bronze is actually a much harder metal to get the materials for than iron, except for the fact that iron needs a lot of coal, whereas bronze needs less coal. So we've got some malachite down here, but I don't think we have a malachite stockpile at the moment. There's a decent lignite supply there. I should maybe do something about that. Is there some... I keep finding that tetrahedrite is annoyingly difficult to get at. Like, we get little bitty bits of tetrahedrite like that. What I want is really a wall that has tetrahedrite beyond it. Preferably one that's easy to get at, rather than tetrahedrite in pillars. And I'd prefer it not to be damp, please. That might be all right, actually, because we could get to there easily enough. Let's do a quick round of tetrahedrite mining down here. And while we're here, there's some easily accessible bituminous coal. Oh, but the bituminous coal is damp. No, let's try. I'm trying not to fill the caverns with tetrahedrite. With water. I would like to fill the caverns with tetrahedrite, but so that's probably going to connect up there, and we're not going to get much out of it. Is that damp again? No, it's not. The sandstone is, again, is probably an aquifer, and hence a source of water-based embarrassment. There's some bituminous coal there that's easy enough to reach. In theory, we could open cast mine that, except that we're underground, so it's not really open cast mining. I don't feel such a obligation to reshape the landscape when I'm down here. What's going on? Why can't I mark this for mining? Am I just being useless? I am. Might end up there, but that's perfectly safe. Indeed, we could mine that as well. I'm now setting a lot of mining going down in the caverns, and I'm a little bit worried that now a forgotten beast is going to turn up and it's going to be awkward. Jason says, Jason isn't remotely caught up, but may have been taught about cassiterite in primary school. Was definitely talked about granite being composed of quartz, feldspar and mica. Yes, well, because I grew up in Devon rather than Cornwall, we didn't get the composition of granite till secondary school. So it's even more recently that I started to realise that the kind of sharp sand that you got in the West Country, in like West Country builders merchants, was those bits of granite that didn't turn into china clay. Whereas up here the sharp sand is all reddish, which is weird. Okay, where did we find the sapphire? These appear to be natural gems. I think it's only diamonds that it's highly suspicious to find randomly lying around, as it were. Rubies and sapphires are kind of plausible. So yes, we do have some decent... What's that? Oh, that's bituminous coal, right. Well, we can do that too. We should probably do that at slightly lower priority, mind. So yes, this will get us a decent, another reasonable supply of coal of various sorts. And some more gems, and make that little hole in the ground look less suspicious. Banning exports, are you? Well, we'll try not to breach that ban, though we're not very good at it, frankly. May as well mine that lignite. And some tube agate. It's probably nice. That bituminous coal won't go very far because it'll run into the edge of the map, but we can get a couple of squares out of it. Then I should probably have a rest from the mining, because otherwise we'll have a load of rocks down here that people will keep coming down to collect when I don't want them to. This is turning out to be a particularly relaxed and nothing is actually happening Dwarf Fortress stream.
You say that, but when you're about 5 minutes from wanting to give up, some extremely exciting thing.
It's possible, yes. Dendritic agate is not that extremely exciting thing. I mean, this mining is at least all in one place, so like, we're not going to. I'm not going to have difficulty working out where all the dwarves related to it are. A human caravan has arrived. Right. Well, if nothing else, they've probably brought cheese. I mean, we're not too badly off for food, but mostly we want to get them to take all of our useless clothes that don't fit, leather armour, badly worn clothes, who wants a coyote leather tunic, a very, very badly worn coyote leather tunic made by goblins. Trying to remember what it is we might want to throw away. Shoe situation, we seem to be doing all right for shoes, as in most of the shoes we've got lying around are actually usable. We should page down. This is I mean, there's an argument we should dispose of an entire pair of shoes rather than just one, but like sometimes people only have one foot. Large shoes are not useful to us. I'm sure the humans will like them. Wow, these cloth shoes are valuable. Leather low boots are a kind of armour and hence not really useful to us, because if we actually want armour on people, we'll make it out of steel. Sandals are fine though, unless they're badly worn. At least I assume dwarves will be willing to wear sandals. It doesn't seem like a very dwarfy thing to do. Wonder if you have people of other species in your fortress, you have any way of making clothes of different sizes. Because like if we had a human living here who was part of our civilization, wouldn't I need to ensure that they got clothed somehow? Would I have to buy all their clothes because no one would know how to make clothes in human sizes? If they made the clothes themselves, maybe they would make them in the correct size. I think you can get like human members of your fortress. Similarly, gauntlets are a kind of armour, so no one's going to wear them unless they're explicitly told to, at which point we should put them in something better than leather, or indeed cloth. Whereas gloves are civilian clothes. It's slightly worrying that when I read spot the initialism, large rat leather is leather of large rats, and therefore those are sensible sized gloves. When I see the initialism NRE in IRC, I read it as National Rail Inquiries, which is not correct. Those, on the other hand, are large gloves and thus useless to us. I mean, this was already a fairly unexciting stream, and now you've just got me going through my stockpiles going, oh, we could sell that. Disposing of troll fur trousers. Ooh. Sorry, it's Dwarf Fortress actually getting adjective ordering right. Like, it has, I think it has a kind of article of clothing called a long skirt, and it's correctly turning that into long ramy skirt, or rammy, I don't know, rather than ramy long skirt when attaching a material to it. Which I'm pretty sure it's got wrong in lots of other cases. Right, well, we've asked for some things to be brought up here. Should we also add some stupidly overpriced tables, just in case we need something big to sell? There. Steph has listed an adjective ordering for me just in case I need it. Opinion, size, age, shape, colour, origin, material, purpose, and indeed it was correctly putting size before material there. Right, now the dwarves will be faffing around intensely. While I was doing that, an ambush has occurred. Oh dear. Right.
Told you so.
Damn it. No one told me this was going on.
Tell you so.
No,
That's
not in the useful sense. Simon merely told me so in the sense that he said something would happen, not in the sense that anything actually was happening. Right, well, let us organise ourselves then. Come on. I mean, we could just not and say it's 5 past midnight. I'll stop, but no. Let's have a go. Where's my checklist? So you guys should be off your military duty. Okay, we've got actual elves and tigers in the main entrance to the fortress, so you guys should be stationed here. The siege operators should be already in the right state. That means I made a mistake earlier. The siege engines. Oh, come on. I think we're in a slight running out of swap situation. But I'm going to do at least some defence before we stop. Should be set to fire. The main burrow should be unpaused. The various pastures should be paused. I think, given we have elves in the fortress, we should close the outer drawbridge.
Well, they managed to sneak all the way in before being noticed.
Oh, well, I think the dwarves noticed them. I didn't notice them. Because I was too busy sorting out the shopping. We should also close the inner drawbridge and raise the wagon bridge. Have I got this done? Yes, that looks right now. I don't think there are any open surface mines, so I think that's reasonable. Right. This might be a bit exciting, because there are quite a quantity of elves in places where elves should not be. So in particular, this war tiger is currently attacking a tanner. I fear this might be... Is it Elathe? Yes. So that's at least in a part of the fortress where I expect that kind of thing to be happening. And there is a mace dwarf like 3 squares away. And we keep discovering more ambushes out there, which is not entirely surprising. And the tanner has scrambled away behind a dog. That's not turning out to be very good for the dog. So is that alley then? Right, so yes, I think our main area of actual events is here. With an unfortunate war dog. And what's that elf bowman doing? Not a lot. Actually, where is that elf bowman? They've clearly been shooting someone. They're outside, okay. We won't worry about that just yet then. So the tiger and the dog are still fighting, fairly unexcitingly. That poor tanner, okay, is actually doing a reasonable job of getting out of the way, and that's all they need to do, because here we have a mace dwarf who is an expert mace dwarf, and who, that would be great if they had a mace. What? If they had, frankly, any equipment at all. I mean, they're not naked, but apparently everyone has just decided that they're reorganising their equipment. Oh well. This may be a bit messy. Hopefully we'll drop most of the elves onto traps and everything will be fine. What are you? What? Oh, a horse. Okay, horse is not... I was a little bit worried that we might have an elf coming in riding a hippopotamus. But it's a horse, so I'm not so worried. Currently this tanner is our only... Oh right, our mace dwarf has got to somewhere useful. So might be able to start attacking. But hasn't like brought a weapon. Well, that's a good start. Blind the tiger. Well, at least half blind the tiger. And like the nice thing about the fact that elves turn up with wooden gloves is wooden weapons is you don't really need very good armour against them. So is our Mace Dwarf doing anything useful? You're bruising a tiger. Well, it's a start. You'll distract the tiger for a bit until someone can turn up with some actual weaponry. You don't have a weapon either. My entire military just decided they're going to be unequipped now, just to annoy me. Is kind of looking that way. Clothes, people, armour, it's useful. I mean, admittedly, if we can get enough dwarves punching this elf, we'll probably be okay. Dear, where's this? Oh, the animal dissector is, I think, actually sensibly retreating somewhere, so we're probably okay. We do have a war leopard. Found more of them. Yeah, that's bad. But like, yes, unfortunately we're mostly at the level of bruises for these tigers. There are more military dwarves on the way, so like, albeit probably unarmed because they're being idiots. But if enough of them turn up and start wrestling with tigers, we should get somewhere. And all being well, the various bridges will operate soon, and then things will get better. There's a new Mace Dwarf who is out on the surface. Have you got a weapon? Have you? Or have you turned up unarmed? You've turned up unarmed. I think I'm going to have to work out why that's happened, because it's really not helpful. I mean, the nice thing is that the only difference is that the elves and their friends have turned up with wooden weapons rather than with no weapons at all. They are also pretty much unarmoured. But our poor Tanner has just lost his hand, which is not good. Probably no sparring going on now. I mean, that'll have an effect. Scratching the elf swordsman in a way that tears the fat and bruises the muscle. Oops. That's our... Yeah, you're not doing so well. You're doing very poorly. dear, that was painful. Yeah, this is... oh dear. How is the lever pulling getting on? Badly. No one has actually pulled most of the levers. Oh, heck. And someone else has passed or collapsed through overexertion, which is never good. Thing is, even once we get those levers pulled, it's going to be 100 ticks before anything moves. Like, some of them are going down here into the weapon traps, which is nice. But not many. So do we... no, it doesn't look like our siege operators are in any imminent danger of doing anything useful either. There's another mace dwarf, but again has turned up with no weapon, I think. Has turned up naked with no weapon. This is not going to work well. I think maybe I have to accept that it's time to that it'll be time to stop soon anyway, because my laptop is running out of swap because of some horrible memory leak. Oh dear, someone else has got into trouble though. Oh no, okay. They were already in trouble. Like if the elves actually come through here, they'll end up in these weapon traps, which will be good. But it really would be nice if my dwarves hadn't all decided not to wear any clothes. Right, I think... given that my computer is in danger of running out of memory, I'm going to, and because this is obviously going to be a disaster, I'm going to wind up for the night, and we can have this disaster on Sunday when Ian can be properly scathing about my failure to defend the fortress properly. You're also uselessly equipped. You're wearing nothing at all. You terrible, terrible dwarves. And yes, we will come back on Sunday and see how much of a disaster this is. See, having built an impregnable fortress, I then simply don't notice the elves turning up, and that's how we lose. Well, we won't lose. It'll be fine. Well, somewhat fine. But until it is fine, I will have to say good night. Is that right? No, that doesn't make any sense at all. Anyway, good night.